So, more storage options. You could see already that I have these. That's basically, it looks like this. It's an external pocket which you can attach to your not belt. I don't know how it's called, or I forgot it, but when you have a pocket like this, you can put stuff which you need very often here. I'm putting muesli bars here very often. I like it for muesli bars because you just take it out and you can walk and eat at the same time. Also, what I like about this is that you don't feel it as a weight. So if you move a lot from your bag or as much as possible and you put it here on the front, this is not like, the more you put on your backpack, in your backpack, you feel it. You feel the weight raised, the weight is higher. But for some reason, when you put it here, it doesn't feel like that. I don't know, like it's just a feeling. But the more stuff you put here in the front, the less weight it feels like. Even it's the same, it feels like there is less weight. These pockets are really good for, I have the right one for a phone, easy to reach by one hand, and the left one for money, documents, and things like that. For money and documents and coins and stuff, I'm using a separate bag. It's water resistant, it's not waterproof because the zipper would probably leak. The water would go through it, but the reason for it is that it's red, so I can't lose it. You don't want to lose your ID, your documents, your money, your most important things. So that's where I put all my most important stuff and put it here. If I would lose it suddenly or somewhere I would be sitting and packing and leaving and this would fall off, I would see it, you know, red stuff you see very easily. So that's another bag which I'm using, always just for documents. This has to be different color than anything else. I'm using also this type of bag for hygiene. There will be a new episode just for hygiene. This backpack should be transparent from both sides because of the airplane checks. At the security checks, they request to see especially liquids, and they are happy about that. When this is closed, sometimes they want you to show it, to open it and stuff like that. So if it's transparent, it's good, and you also see what's inside. So that's for hygiene. I put it always here on the top to brush my teeth in the morning, in the night. They are sister. I will talk about that in another episode. So those are those stuff packs. One stuff pack is for clothes, one stuff pack is for sleeping clothes, one stuff pack is for food. I have this plastic bag which is like emergency kit. There are some bandages and stuff which I could use, but hopefully will never need. And there is also a spare bucket. It's this one, or bucket, I don't know how it's called in English properly. Because what can happen if you fall down? It happened to me once. If you fall down, if you make very strong pressure or you get stuck, you are climbing over something, over some fence or something, and your backpack gets stuck there, the pressure will break this. And if this breaks, you are because that's another thing which I didn't talk before. Your backpack has to be set up the way that this takes all the load, or 80% of the load. Your all load should be on your hips, not on your shoulders. That's a very common mistake that people are complaining that their shoulders hurt, and it's uncomfortable, and they have, these are very tired traps, these muscles. It's because it's wrong set. The backpack should be set on the way that 80%, most of the weight should be on your waist, like this. This should be the weight here, not here. It shouldn't be pressing on your shoulders. Your shoulders should just keep the backpack close to your back, but not take all that weight. The weight should be here. So if this breaks, you are because all your weight, those 15 kilos, someone has 20, 25 kilos, will be on your shoulders and it's unbearable. Keeping a backpack, all the weight on your shoulders, will make you tired after 2, 3, 5 kilometers. And you would be crying of pain. So this is super important part of the backpack, and it's fragile. So I always take a spare one, always. Once it happened to me, I was climbing over the fence in Mallorca actually, and the backpack got dragged there, and I jumped down, but the backpack was there, and this broke. And I was very lucky, it's actually this one, that it broke, only one of the parts broke, so it was still, like I could still have it, but there is one more here, so I'm taking always a spare one for those. And this is waterproof, and I always put it in this inside pocket. It's here, the pocket. It's divided from all the main storage place, and I just hope that I will never use it. So that's another thing. These pockets, that top pocket. Also, you should use stuff which you need very often on places which are easily accessible. Obviously, you will put your phone somewhere here because it's easily accessible, but also the poncho should be easily accessible, not that you just will throw it there under many other stuff. When it will start raining, suddenly you need to have it easily accessible, so I'm putting it here. I can take it right like that while walking without putting out the backpack. And also headlamp. I'm putting also to one of these pockets, so when it's darker you have it on next to your, it's easily reachable. Very good things are packable backpacks. I don't take this for hiking, but when I'm going to visit friends, you have a full backpack. I don't know how much this is, 20 liters. So this is for daily hike. You can fill this for whole day with food and stuff, and you are ready to go. And it was very small. And extreme version of this are these backpacks. It's a C2 Summit Ultra Sil Nano backpack. It's like 50 grams, but it's still full backpack. This is a normal backpack. It's strong, it has a zip here, and you have a normal backpack. You can still put a lot of stuff there. I was first taking this with me on hikes, but then I found out that first of all, when you have this one on your back, you can't put it there, and also it's not comfortable because this is like sharp. It hurts when it's heavier and you have it here. So I bought another one. It's the same company, just different type of the backpack, and it's a bag like this. So when you are going shopping, this is, I don't know, 30 grams for 50, it's nothing, it weighs nothing, but it's very, very strong. You can take 10 kilos in it easily. And when I'm going shopping to restock during the hikes, when you are restocking and you buy a lot of water and stuff which is heavier, you don't want to have just a plastic bag or something like that. This is perfect. So I take this, and also I take in this to the airplane. So on the storage, on the top storage in the airplane, there is a backpack, and then under my legs, next to my feet, I have this one with food and stuff which I need during the flight. So this is a really good thing, and again, it's teeny tiny, and you can have it just there, and it weighs nothing, and you can use it easily. There is one bag which I tried and just once, and I didn't like it, and it's a chest bag. You can put it here and you connect it to your backpack and you hold it here. I didn't like it at all. It was covering this belt, this strap here, so you couldn't unstrap it, and it made you much more sweaty. Yeah, it's another few liters of stuff, but didn't work for me. And all together with these other pouches, what I really like are Carabines. I'm using Carabines, they are probably not there because I was washing it, but also these rings, so you can attach many other things on it. I'm attaching, over these rings, I'm attaching solar panels, so when there is a sun, it's very easy, you just put it by a carabine to these rings. You don't have to look where to attach it, it's very easy. On good backpacks there are many of these hooks everywhere. So even here, you know, there are many hooks everywhere. So you can, here they are hooks. So you can attach a lot of things with carabines to those. I like it really much, very much, especially for that solar panels. You just clip and you go. It's few seconds and you are set up when you have this, and you don't have to, you know, tie it with some strings or whatever. What more needs to be stored? Definitely water. There are many options. First are typical bottles, like 2 liters. I don't have a bottle because I'm not buying soda or cola, anything like that, but you can use those. It looks like this. I don't like those bottles because they are bulky and it takes a lot of space in the airplane, so it makes your bag bigger, and these, they fold flat. It's flat. So when you drink all your water, you just put it there or there, and you don't even know that it's in your backpack. It doesn't take any space. It's foldable. You can put it how you want. It's very strong. What I always do after, this is 2.5 liters actually, or nearly 3 liters. When I come home, I pour boiling water in it, so it, you know, removes all those bacteria which get there during the hike. So I'm just pouring boiling water and it disinfects it basically. But these are really good. I like this because they can be folded flat easily. With the typical bottle, you can't do anything. It's just bulky. You have to find a space for it. And if you squeeze this one into flat and you put it here into side pocket, there is still a lot of space there for other stuff. But if you put a typical 2 liters bottle, it will take all the space here, and there is no space left. What I really like to do on hikes, that I'm buying a lot of juice. The best, I'm buying those 2.5 liters of juice, and that's also bulky, but my hack is to remove this part here and press it, and now here it's flat, so it's easy to put it there, much easier than when it's like this, you know. This takes much more space down there and that bottom part, so I like to make the bottom part flat and squeeze it there easily, more easily. And one more thing with water, and that's cold weather. When you are hiking in below 0 temperatures, in freezing weather, your water can get easily frozen, you know. So what to do with that is I'm putting it to the backpack and close to my back, because you generate heat, and especially your back is usually sweaty because it's very warm there, so it won't freeze. Also, another hack is to put the water bottle this way, so this part won't freeze. If you leave it here and the water ends up here, this can freeze here, and it's hard to open it. When you put it this way, this won't freeze at all. But yeah, it's very important during the freezing weather to keep this warm above 0, so it won't freeze. You don't want your water to freeze. And the same is for electronics. So electronics also, and it actually adds to that plan to have heavy stuff close to your back, which is usually water is very heavy and electronics is very heavy. So it's good to have it next to your back so it won't freeze, because electronics, especially batteries and power banks, they lose the capacity in freezing temperatures. And also in the night, when you are sleeping below 0, I always put water and electronics inside my backpack next to my feet or somewhere, so it won't freeze. It's good to keep your water in liquid form and electronics warm. And when it comes to food, it's a good thing to put your food into the bag which doesn't leak the smell. So even overnight, to put it in some plastic bag or something like that, because when animals can smell your food, they are coming, it's attracting the animals. Here in our Europe, it's not that big problem. The problems are usually bears. So you don't want a bear come to your place. They are bear canisters, especially in those hiking trails in America. They are bear canisters which are put on the tree farther from a camp, so it's not next to you. But in our place, usually the biggest problem are mice, because they can easily bite through your backpack. They make a hole and they are coming for that food in there. My way to protect my food from mice is not covering it under the backpack, but to cover whole backpack with the poncho. Put the poncho under that. And obviously they can go through it, but when there is a poncho on the ground, you can hear them, because it makes that sound, that they walk on it. So when you wake up and you move, they run away and then they don't come back usually. So this works well for me, to make this around my backpack and you hear the mice. Actually, what happened once in Mallorca, I was sleeping on the cliff, close to the cliff, and there was a water. And I heard a mouse woke me up because of this sound. And I moved, and she got scared and she jumped from the cliff to the water, so she killed herself. But yeah, the purpose of it is that you scare them off when you hear them. When you don't hear them, you don't move, they don't care, they bite through your backpack and eat your food and destroy your gear. You don't want that. So I think that's about packing gear, about backpacks, about bag, about storage, about all that stuff. And see you in another episode.